A simple mother was humiliated the moment she walked into the parent-teacher meeting at the city's most expensive international school, all because of her cotton shirt and worn-out flats. Can you imagine the sting of being judged for just being yourself? She became the punchline among mothers with blood-red lipstick and designer bags. One asked if she worked in the cafeteria. Another laughed, thinking she'd entered the wrong room. This is Thread Tales, bringing you stories that unravel the truth behind the glamour. Stay with us because you won't believe what happens next. 15 minutes later, her billionaire husband walked in. Hillside Academy perched atop a manicured hill in San Francisco. Its glass and steel campus, a monument to wealth and ambition. Its tuition, $80,000 a year, drew tech moguls, hedge fund titans, and old money dynasties. Their children chauffeured in Teslas and Range Rovers. The parent-teacher meeting was a spectacle. Held in an auditorium under a vaulted ceiling, chandeliers casting prisms across rows of velvet chairs. Parents arrived like they were walking a Met Gala red carpet silk blazers, stilettos clicking, Hermes Kelly bags dangling, the air thick with Creed perfume, their jewelry Cartier, Van Cleef glinted like a private constellation. And their whispers carried the weight of power. This was a room where status was currency, and deviation was a crime. Clara Vale slipped through the double doors, her white cotton shirt tucked into straight-leg trousers, her faded gray flats silent on the polished floor. At 32, she was quietly, striking emerald eyes that held both warmth and steel, dark hair pulled into a neat bun, her face bare of makeup, glowing naturally. She carried a small notebook and a scuffed iPhone 8, her only accessories a plain wedding band and a calm, unshakable poise. Clara was the daughter of a retired librarian and a carpenter. Raised in a modest Oakland bungalow, but secretly married to Ethan Vale, a billionaire tech founder whose $200 million donation had rebuilt Hillside's campus. She'd chosen simplicity over flash, her wealth tied to Ethan's $10 billion empire, hidden behind her love for teaching art part-time and raising their daughter Lily. Today she'd come to discuss Lily's struggles, her heart steady, but heavy. How far would you go to protect your child from a room full of vipers? Thread Tales is here to show you Clara's incredible stand. Don't miss this. The auditorium hummed with curated chatter. Parents sipping sparkling water from crystal flutes, their Rolexes catching the light. As Clara settled into the back row, the parents, draped in Chanel and glittering with Cartier, turned her presence into a cruel spectacle. Vanessa Holt, the venture capitalist's wife, stood and pointed at Clara's flats, shouting, did she borrow those from the school's lost and found? The crowd roared, their diamond rings flashing as they snapped photos posting to the Hillside Royals WhatsApp group. Diana Crane, lounging in Gucci, tossed a crumpled napkin at Clara, jeering, use this for your resume. Leah Pierce, the tech CEO, called out, she's an insult to Hillside's prestige. Their phones filmed, the clips hitting Instagram stories with captions like, scholarship scrub. A mother named Elise Tate, her fur stole swaying, smirked. From the sidelines, her silence endorsing the attack. The laughter was a tidal wave, each taunt a fresh wound to Clara's pride. But she sat tall, her emerald eyes unwavering, her notebook clutched like armor. The post gained 30,000 views. Each share a public execution of her dignity. Clara took a seat in the back row, her notebook on her lap, her eyes scanning the room. As Clara took her seat, the parents' mockery turned into a ruthless performance. Vanessa Holt, her Chanel suit gleaming, stood and waved a $5,000 Montblanc pen, shouting, did she borrow this from the janitor's cart? The crowd erupted, their diamond bracelets flashing as they posted to the Hillside Royals group, captioned, hammered charity case. Diana Crane, her Gucci dress shimmering, tossed a sugar cube from her coffee tray at Clara, sneering, here for your next thrift store run. Leah Pierce, her Rolex glinting, barked, she's a stain on Hillside's legacy. Elise Tate, her fur stole swaying, filmed the ordeal. Her Instagram Live hit 40,000 views with comments like, ban her, she's embarrassing. The taunts were a coordinated assault, each word a fresh cut to Clara's dignity. But she sat composed, her emerald eyes steady, her notebook a silent shield. The footage spread, each like a public lash, across her pride, as Vanessa's taunts echoed. The school staff joined the fray, turning Clara's presence into a public trial. Counselor named Tara Lee, stationed near the stage, grabbed a program and held it aloft, barking, "What's this? Your application to clean the halls?" The parents hooted, Diana filming, her live stream caption flashing, "Hillside Hobo." Another staffer, a dean named Paul Carter, chimed in. "She thought she could blend in with us." Marcus Tate shouted, "Check her bag. Bet it's full of thrift store receipts." The footage hit X, tagged #meetingmisfit, with 40,000 retweets. Clara opened her notebook, revealing only lesson plans, but Tara tossed it back, muttering trash like her outfit. The shaming was a deliberate show, the staff's aggression fueling the elite scorn. Clara's flats stayed rooted, her emerald eyes flickering with pain, but her silence held firm, a quiet defiance against the mob. The post spread, each view a fresh lash across her dignity. A mother in a red Chanel suit. Vanessa Holt, a venture capitalist's wife with 300,000 Instagram followers, noticed Clara and smirked. Did someone invite the cafeteria staff to this meeting? She whispered to her friend, Diana Crane, a real estate heiress in emerald Gucci. Diana laughed. Her $50,000 Birkin swinging. That's Lily's mom, full scholarship kid. Word is she comes from humble roots. The room chuckled, phones discreetly. Snapping photos, the images hitting a private WhatsApp group, Hillside Royals, captioned #scholarship snafu. As Clara sat quietly, she overheard venomous whispers from the staff table behind the stage. Paul Carter, adjusting his tie, sneered, "Look at her. Bet she sews her own clothes with a library card." Tara, sorting handouts Scandivi, laughed. "She's here to beg for Lily's tuition." A third staffer, a librarian named Mia Holt, added, "Miss Veronica's too classy for nobodies like her." Their voices carried loud enough for Clara to hear as she studied her notebook. An intern carrying coffee snapped a photo of Clara, posting it to the staff's Slack channel, captioned, "Lost in luxury." The image leaked to a gossip blog, comments piling up, "Pathetic. Ban her." The gossip was a backstage dagger, mirroring the parents' scorn. Each word a calculated effort to erase Clara's worth. Her bun stayed neat, her emerald eyes burning. But she kept writing, their malice unable to crack her composure. The blog post hit 50,000 views, each comment a fresh wound. Clara lifted her gaze, her emerald eyes calm but piercing. "Thanks for being so concerned about my family's finances," she said, her voice soft but clear. "Sounds like you're comparing bank statements to feel better about your own life." The room stilled, Vanessa's face flushing crimson. Her voice hissing, "Who do you think you are? Just sit there quietly and be grateful, freeloader." The parents nodded, their jewelry clinking, as if Clara's existence was an affront to their world. Clara's lips curved into a faint smile, her posture unyielding. "Oh, now I understand why your daughter bullies mine," she said, her tone steady. She must have learned it from that mouth. The auditorium dropped colder, gasps rippling. But Clara sat back, her notebook open, her silence, a quiet fortress. The mockery didn't stop. As Clara adjusted her notebook, she caught hushed conspiracies from the staff table near the stage. Mia Holt, the librarian, whispered loudly. Her clothes screamed food stamps. "How dare she sit among us?" Paul Carter chuckled. "She's probably here to scam more scholarships," Tara Lee added. "Miss Veronica's too refined for her kind." Their voices carried, sharp enough to sting. As Clara sat, just rows away, an intern arranging chairs snapped a photo of Clara's flats. Posting it to the staff's private Discord, captioned, "Hobo 2." The image leaked to a local gossip site, comments flooding in, "Disgraceful. Expel. Her kid." The whispers were a calculated betrayal, echoing the parents' disdain. Each word a deliberate attempt to crush Clara's worth. Her bun stayed tight, her emerald eyes burning with restrained fire, but she kept writing their malice. Unable to break her resolve, the site's post hit 70,000 views, each comment a fresh scar. Diana Crane. Her Gucci dress shimmering leaned to Leia Pierce, loud enough for Clara to hear. Her daughter's a seam. Always crying in class. No wonder she's got a mom who can't even dress for this crowd. Leia, her diamond studs flashing, added, "Scholarship kids always stir up drama. They don't belong here." Their phones filmed, the clip spreading to the WhatsApp group, now with 20,000 views. Comments piling up. Kick them out. Hillside's better than this. A father, Tech VP Marcus Tate, joined in, smirking. Bet she's here to beg for more handouts. The laughter was a wave, each taunt a fresh bruise. But Clara's emerald eyes stayed steady, her flats rooted to the floor, her dignity a shield against their venom. At the front, Ms. Veronica Blake, the homeroom teacher, rose from her desk, her navy blazer crisp, her blonde bob severe. At 40, she was Hillside's gatekeeper, her reputation built on pleasing wealthy parents. Her $200,000 salary tied to their approval. Her voice was even but icy. "I'd like to bring up a delicate issue," she said, her eyes locking on Clara. "Lily has been crying frequently in class, struggling to socialize and disrupting the classroom environment." Parents nodded, Vanessa whispering, "Typical." Clara frowned slightly, her voice calm. "My daughter told me she was locked out of class, had her lunch hidden, and was pushed in the bathroom." Ms. Veronica's gaze sharpened, her tone laced with judgment. "Children who get bullied often bring it upon themselves," she said. "Perhaps you should reflect on your parenting." The room murmured approval, Diana's Birkin clinking as she nodded. Ms. Veronica continued, her voice cutting through the hum. "After discussion with the school board, we've decided to suspend Lily for 3 days to avoid further disruption." Parents clapped softly, Marcus smirking. "Good call." Clara's fingers tightened on her notebook, her emerald eyes flickering with pain, but she said nothing. She pulled out her iPhone, typed a single line, and hit send. "Lily's been suspended because we're not rich enough." Room didn't notice, their chatter resuming, Vanessa posting a smug selfie to Instagram captioned, "Hillside Standards." Ms. Veronica's words hung in the air, Vanessa Holt unleashed a devastating digital assault. She posted a montage of Clara's ordeal, her flats scuffing, Tara tossing her notebook, her face pained set to a sneering pop song captioned, "Poor mom fails at Hillside. Hashtag stay in your lane." The reel exploded on TikTok, hitting 300,000 views with comments like, "She's a nobody, and Hillside deserves better." Leah Pierce amplified it on YouTube, adding, "This is why we protect our elite spaces. People like her ruin everything." The video went global, each share a fresh wound for Clara, who saw it on a newsstand tablet outside, waiting for Ethan. Parents in the auditorium smirked, whispering she's viral for all the wrong reasons. Their laughter burned, but Clara stood tall, her emerald eyes steady, her calm masking a storm within. The digital crucifixion was a worldwide execution of her character, Vanessa's influence weaponizing Clara's pain for clout. The audiences. Phones kept filming, each post a testament to Hillside's cruelty. The post hit 50,000 likes, each one a silent dagger. Clara sat still, her flats unmoving, her heart a quiet storm waiting to break. 10 minutes later, the auditorium doors burst open. Ethan Vale strode in, his tailored gray suit sharp as a blade, his Italian leather shoes gleaming, his dark eyes cutting through the room like knives. At 35, he was a tech legend, his AI firm Valtech valued at $10 billion. His face on Forbes' 40 Under 40 cover. His $200 million donation had funded Hillside's new library, theater, and STEM wing, his name etched on the campus gates. Room froze, Vanessa's flute slipping, Diana's Birkin hitting the floor. "Ethan Vale," Leah whispered, her studs dull. Parents stood, their jewelry dimming as Ethan walked to Clara, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Apologies for the delay," he said, his voice calm but commanding. "I'm Lily's father, and the man who invested $200 million into Hillside." This year, jaws dropped. The room, a silent graveyard. Ethan pulled a USB drive from his briefcase and handed it to the principal, Dr. Helen Marsh, who stood frozen nearby. "Last week's security footage," he said, his tone cold. "You'll see our daughter shoved into a cabinet." The teacher saw it happen and walked away. His eyes shifted to Ms. Veronica, who paled, her blazer creasing. "You're no longer an educator," he said. "You're an enabler." Parents gasped, Vanessa's Chanel suit wilting, Diana's face burning. Ethan's arrival didn't just silence the room, it rewrote its power structure. He faced the parents, his voice like steel. declaring Hillside's funding is under review, starting with every family who fueled this disgrace. Vanessa Holt's social empire crumbled as Chanel and Dior severed ties, her followers crashing to 5,000, her Pacific Heights penthouse listed to cover debts. Diana Crane's real estate firm collapsed, her yacht repossessed, her Birkin sold at a pawn shop. Ilya Pierce's tech empire faced mass boycotts, her name blacklisted from Silicon Valley boards. The National Education Association issued a scathing report, naming them in a viral exposé. Dean Hall, Hillside Leets, fallen, trending. At a San Francisco charity ball, guests wore cotton ribbons in Clara's honor, shunning the disgraced clique. Social media roared, users posting, they humiliated Clara. Now they're erased. Clara watched the fallout from her Oakland center, her cotton shirt radiant, her heart steady as the elite knelt to her truth. Ethan's dominance was a thunderclap, the guilty's shame a public reckoning. Their fear of the Veil's eternal. Ethan's USB ignited a legal avalanche. The Veil's attorneys filing a $75 million lawsuit against Hillside for negligence and defamation, naming Ms. Veronica, Tara, Paul, and Vanessa as co-conspirators. The court awarded $25 million, forcing Hillside into financial ruin. Its endowment gutted, its campus sold to a public trust. Ms. Veronica's teaching career ended, her assets seized, her name a cautionary tale. Tara and Paul faced criminal negligence charges, their reputations destroyed. The settlement fueled the Veil Foundation's global reach, launching anti-bullying programs in Berlin and Sydney, protecting 5,000 children. Schools worldwide adopted Clara's equity charter, banning elitist practices inspired by her stand. Forbes ran a feature, Clara Veil, the mother who rewrote education. Her flat's a symbol of resilience. Social media erupted, #Clara Triumph trending as users posted. She crushed a corrupt system. At a foundation gala, a student hugged Clara, their future secure. Clara smiled, her emerald eyes glowing, her victory a lighthouse for the voiceless. Ethan's power was seismic, the guilty's world shattered, their legacy buried under Clara's. Graced at the WhatsApp group went silent, the #scholarship snafu clips deleted in panic. Clara rose, her cotton shirt catching the light, her emerald eyes sweeping the room, meeting every gaze. "I'm not here for apologies," she said, her voice steady as stone. "I just hope after today you'll teach your children how to be decent human beings instead of raising them to judge people by price tags and perfume brands." She turned to Ms. Veronica, her smile polite but lethal. "I choose to dress simply," she said, "not because I can't afford better, but because I don't need to prove anything to anyone." The room was a void, parents shrinking there. Wealth meaningless. Clara's words landed like a verdict, her poise a quiet execution of their pride. Clara offered one last polite smile. "Thanks to today, I finally know who the truly poor ones in this room are." The fallout was swift. By evening, the San Francisco Chronicle ran a headline, "Billionaire donor exposes Hillside Academy's bullying scandal." The USB's footage leaked to X went viral, showing Lily, small 9-year-old with Clara's emerald eyes, shoved into a cabinet by Vanessa's daughter, Harper, while Ms. Veronica walked past, her clipboard unmoving. The clip hit 5 million views. #Hillside shame trending, comments roaring, "Fire them all." Right. Protect Lily. Ms. Veronica was sacked, her teaching license under review, her name toxic in education circles. Vanessa's Instagram lost 200,000 followers. Her venture capitalist husband distancing himself. Their Pacific Heights mansion quietly listed for sale. Clara didn't linger in the spotlight. A month later, she stood in a renovated Oakland community center, her flat silent on the hardwood, launching the Veil Foundation, a charity for bullied children in underfunded schools. Its first gala raised $15 million, with Ethan's donation leading the charge. Clara's cotton shirt was now iconic, featured in Vogue as the look of courage. She oversaw every detail, her notebook filled with plans, her iPhone buzzing with thank yous from families. Ethan, his jet parked at SFO, supported her quietly, but Clara's vision drove the mission. The center's walls held photos of Lily's new school, a progressive academy where she thrived, her smile bright. Parents from Hillside begged forgiveness, but Clara focused forward, her wealth tied to Veltec. Fueling change, Hillside's reputation crumbled, the school board resigned, Dr. Marsh stepping down, her legacy tainted. Vanessa's daughter was expelled, her family shunned by the elite. Diana's real estate deals tanked, her Birkins sold to cover debts. Leia's tech firm faced boycotts, her studs a relic. Marcus lost his VP role, his smirks forgotten. The Academy's enrollment dropped 30%, its chandeliers dim, its gates a reminder of Clara's truth. Social media cheered, #ClaraRules trending as users posted, "She didn't fight, she won with grace." The Vale Foundation's second event, hosted by Clara and Ethan, drew 2,000 guests, each one a testament to their purpose. Clara and Ethan spent evenings in their Marin County home, its garden alive with lavender. She wore her cotton shirt. His sweater, no tie. They sketched plans over tea, Clara's notebook on the table, holding a new photo lily at the foundation's launch, her laughter radiant. Their love was quiet, their wealth vast, but their mission vaster, rooted in protecting the vulnerable. The world knew Clara now, not as a scholarship mom, but as a force who turned cruelty into compassion. Clara Vale didn't need applause. She was the heart. Like, share, and subscribe to Thread Tales for more stories like this, and let us know in the comments, what would you have done if you were in that room?